Okay, let's explore how to do this question over here. So we have 3 square over here. So basically it means 3 times 3 and that will give us 9, right? And over here we have negative 3 square. So basically it means negative 3 times negative 3 and that will give us 9 again. So from these two examples, we can find out that whenever we square a number, regardless it's positive or negative, we will always get a positive answer over here. Alright, so I'll write down a note for you. Okay, so here's the note over here. Yeah? Square any number, always give you positive answer. Now, over here, 2 cube, all right? So basically this means 2 times 2 times 2, and that will give us 8. Now for this case, it's negative 2 cubed, so it means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Now if you work this out one by one, we will find out that this and this will give us 4. 4 times negative 2, it will give us negative 8 over here, right? So if you notice over here, when we cube any number, if we cube a positive number, it will get a positive answer. If we cube a negative number, we will get a negative answer over here, right? Now, next one, all right? Square root of 81. Now, when we are doing square root question, you just have to ask yourself, what pair of same number multiply itself to get 81? So you can do a quick trial and error question like 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, and so on. All right, and you will find out 9 times 9 equals to 81. So which means the square root of 81 must be 9 over here. Okay, same thing, square root of 49, basically what pair of numbers multiply together to get square root 49? Sorry, to get 49. So the answer will be 7 over here. Okay. Now in this case, this is a bit a special case. All right. Okay. Over here, square root of negative 4. Right? Try to think of a pair of numbers that you can multiply together that you can get negative 4. So in your thoughts over here, you might think that's 2 times 2, that will give you 4, or negative 2 times negative 2, that will give you also 4. So other than this, there is no pair of numbers that can multiply to give you negative 4, right? No pair of same numbers. Huh? So in another word, this case over here, it's undefined. All right, we cannot solve this problem. All right, so this one, it's an math error. Okay. Okay, so the next one over here, a cube root of 64. All right, again, you have to ask yourself, which three number multiplied by itself will give you 64? Now, again, you are feel free to welcome to use a trial and error method, like, 1 times 1 times 1, 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times 3 times 3, or 4 times 4 times 4. All right, I believe in this case is 4 times 4 times 4. All right, so 4 times 4 times 4, it's 64. So in another word, the cube root of 64 must be 4 over here. Same thing, a pair of numbers, all right, that can multiply together to get, three numbers that can multiply by itself to give you 27. So it's going to be 3 times 3 times 3. So a cube root of 27 must be 3 over here. Now this one is a bit of interesting case because we have checked over here, this is a math error, but what about this case over here? Now cube root of negative 125, we can try to work this out with, negatives. Maybe negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, we can try to work it out. If we work it out like negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5, this part will give you positive 25, and positive 25 multiplied with negative 5 will give you negative 125. So in another word, cube root of negative 125 is actually negative 5 over here. Okay? Now the next one over here, so this one over here is a simple equation, all right? So over here, we would want to find x, so I have to move the square over here. So whenever you move a square pass through an equal sign, it will become a square root. So it will look like this now. And the answer will be 5 over here, right? Same thing for this case, all right? So I can move the number to one side first, and then I can have x squared over here will be equals to 64. All right, so x must equals to square root of 64. All right, and that should give you 8 over here. Same thing over here. I want to find x, so I'll move the number to the right hand side over here. So I will get x cubed is equals to 1000. X must equals to the cube root of 1000. And which three number multiplied by itself give you 1000? That will be 10. 10 times 10 times 10 will give you 1000. Huh? Same thing over here, all right? So I want to find x over here, so I'll move this over. So I have x cubed is equals to negative 216, right? Move this over here. We'll change the sign negative. So x must equals to a cube root of negative 216. Now if you work that out, we will get negative 6 over here, right? Negative 6 times negative 6 will give you negative 216.